Okay, I'm making this video to post and to gain, views, because this is a very important issue that I'm dealing with. I have been being tortured and hurt by people that live in Oklahoma, Lawton area. They have access to a transmitter and are illegally operating it. I don't know if any of them have a license to operate the transmitter, but either way, they're using it for illegal purposes. They have been illegally hacking my local area network everywhere that I go. They have access to many people's private information. Vanessa in Lawton, Oklahoma. Marcos in Lawton, Oklahoma. Crystal, Lawton, Oklahoma. Manolito, Lawton, Oklahoma. Gus, Lawton, Oklahoma. Draven, all of these people in Lawton, Oklahoma, are affiliated in a group and as hackers, but they're not just hackers. It's far beyond that. These people they illegally video people in their private homes. They are massive sellers of methamphetamine. They have had 2 people around me that knew about these people, and I'm all the way out in Louisiana. They knew about these people, and now they're both dead. One being Ja'Cory Clark, and this other girl, Sarah, I forgot her last name. But needless to say, they're both on drugs, and I try not to get involved with people like that, but you make friends, and you don't have to do that. You just, friends are friends. You just stay away from it. I lived with these people in 2019 for 4 months, and my ex-husband, Nicholas, he knew about it. He knew about his sister doing these things. He knows what they're doing. They ruin people's lives for profit. They film you having sex. And I'm not going to tell you how, but that's for an actual investigator to find out. They have been trying to ruin my life, which they have been doing a great job of. And threaten my child's future. Now, they told me they had my child's first period on film. They told me they've seen my child naked twice. She's only 14. Vanessa has specifically told me that she's gotten somebody thrown into a mental hospital. Why would you tell me that to my face? I didn't think anything of it. But now I know why. Because they're doing illegal things that nobody's going to believe that they're doing, because it's hard to prove. And they believe that they can get away with it. Well, I'm making this video in case anything more outrageous happens, that I've been away for almost 4 years now. In case something does happen, know that this is exactly their plan. My husband and I were married for over 10 years. My husband never worked. He never did anything. He never supported us. I bought everything. I worked my ass off. And he never wanted to do anything. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Not one birthday cake for my daughter. Not any gifts. We had our ups and downs. Our relationship problems. We got over them. I tried to keep the family together for my daughter's sake. My ex-husband said he felt like he was missing a part of him, like half of him. He wanted to move. I said, we can move to Georgia. We had a great plan to go out there and work on a casino boat with my friend that we knew from Mississippi. Or we can go to Oklahoma and see his dad. He got on the phone with his dad because he chose his dad. I didn't want any input, but I told him that I didn't want it to be another Mississippi incident where we fail constantly. And so, because it takes two to work and make it. Now it don't. I mean, now I'm doing it all by my damn self. It's been almost 4 years. So actually, it's been over 4 years now. No, it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. We'll go out to Oklahoma. And the whole way there, he's barely talking. Now, mind you, on the phone, he was talkative, very talkative. Talking about all kind of things. How we needed help, and yeah, we were failing, blah, blah, blah. And he made it seem like, we wanted a fresh start. I didn't understand why he was making it seem like that. Like, oh, we're failures or something. No, we aren't. He failed us for years. I've been working my ass off for years. So, maybe this is what he needed. We moved. And the whole way to his dad's house, they were very quiet. Very quiet. Not with me. I talked. Tried to break the ice, when we're new. And Nick kept quiet the whole time. We lived with them for a little while. Everything was good. But they kept only wanting to talk to me. And now knowing that they're supposed to bond with Nick, I found that a little weird. How nobody wanted to associate it with Nick, but wanted to talk to me. Nick's dad passed a comment saying, oh, we got a lot of Mexican people out here. They love chubby women. And he laughed about it. Threw me off. I always laugh it off too, but it threw me off. Nick and I decided to get our own place. That worked out. I was going to work at the school where my daughter was going to go to, but she was also looking into homeschooling. Well, all the stuff came in the mail for homeschool, and she got so excited about it. And I had to make a decision there. And I've always been the one to work, so I said, okay, that's fine. I'll homeschool her while Nick works. Well, Nick goes and gets a job at Domino's. And, of course, as usual, every time he gets a job, he's very distant, doesn't really want to talk to me much. His sister moves in. She needed a place to stay because we met her. We met her at her dad's get-together. He said, I'm going to invite Vanessa because she seems more like y'all type, whatever that meant. Well, Vanessa was a methamphetamine addict who is also in a group of hackers, and I hate using that term because they're really human traffickers and child molesters and murderers, and they ruin people's lives for profit. But anyhow, that only came to be known later. Vanessa needed a place to stay with her husband, Joey. I let them move in. Me and Nick talked about it. We let them move in. They move in. Had a hard time getting them out because we were leaving some stuff. I don't even know what happened exactly, the whole thing, but Joey had to leave, and it was just a big mess. And we dealt with it. After having to move, because the renter did not want to renew our rent, she wanted to sell the house, we found ourselves in a motel. Well, Nick started still being very distant. Then he started sleeping more often like he used to. Sleep. Not talking to me. Being secretive, not wanting me to be certain people's friends. Doing things with his sister. I thought he was on bigger drugs than what I was led, to find out that he wasn't. He was just on pills, and he was still bad, still bad that he was on pills, but I'm not going to get into that situation with you. I'm going to let you know that Nick was not good at that time. And in the motel, Vanessa showed up saying, won't y'all come move with me and Marcos? I didn't even know who Marcos was. Well, Marcos was somebody she was staying with who turned out to be like a boyfriend. So she has her husband, Joey, and a boyfriend, Marcos, an older man. He had a nice house. She picked us up. We ended up moving in. You know, everything was okay at first. And then all of a sudden, hacking things started happening to all of our devices. Nick started to hack things. Doing things. He took my daughter's first tablet and did something to it. And he and his friend Travis, I don't know what happened there. What they had on that damn tablet that he made, I don't know. I have no idea because I'm not a fucking hacker. I am just a person who was interested but could never do it because I'm a hands-on visual learner. So I didn't get my hands on a computer till after 05, 06. Alright. While being there at that house, she tried to get us to do drugs with her. We were always open but never really, did drugs like that. I didn't do anything that Nick wouldn't do. So we ended up doing things with her. That led into a spiral of terrible, terrible aftermath. I was okay until I found myself making coffee, drinking the coffee, and then getting ultimately extremely sick and passing out as if someone drugged me. I felt drugged in that house more than once. I have fallen asleep, even being completely sober, on countless occasions. Met different people, where I met Gus. He came in with Manny and everybody else. Gus asked me a crazy conspiracy question. Have you ever heard of gang stalking? And I was like, because Gus is gay. I said no. And I didn't pay no mind to it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I get into reading about everything. I like sci-fi. I like all kind of stuff. But I'm not, I used to read into all that stuff, but I never, I don't believe it until I see facts. So, Gus proceeded to tell me out the blue, randomly, I keep a dead hand under my pillow that I masturbate with at night. And I had no idea why he told me that. Okay. And I was just like, looked at him and I walked away. Like, okay. I met Manny and he sat next to me and showed me this little sound analyzer thing on his phone. I thought it was just a music app, right? He played a song. He sat next to me and then I felt different around him. I did not know that I was being manipulated or put in a trance around that house, but this is actually what was happening. I didn't believe in all this, like, what do you say, hypnotism type of shit? I didn't believe in it. I said nobody could put me, like, under hypnotism. Well, I do believe that this is what actually happened there, because I found myself I sat in front of his sister explaining my life story, and then acting not like myself, saying shit that I didn't do. So, little did I know that they were actually recording all this the entire time. And Gus's cousin Chris came in and said the cameras. And I thought he was just all kind of messed up. And he's like, I don't like the cameras. Well, I asked and brought it to Marcos' attention because I had heard people in that house talking. And like over a loudspeaker. And so did Nick. And Marcos told me, if you find the cameras, I'll apologize. So many things happened in that house. Like, I saw Nick sitting in the living room helping Vanessa switch over routers. Him setting up something on the Xbox and with my email address linked to it on the screen. I used to say life is like the movies. It's like a script, That is a big key to all of this. These people film illegal movies and actually hurt, rape, exploit, and kill innocent people. Nick knows about it. He's going to cover up for it. He's been covering up for it. He put his own family in jeopardy selling us out. And let me tell you what's going on. Let me skip forward to our current situation, where after leaving, right before leaving, he said, I don't think we're going to be together. Something's telling me that we're not going to be together when we get back. Nothing should have come between us at that point. We lived with his mom. We couldn't stay there. We moved with his brother. Got my job back at Sogo. And what happens? The next day, he tells me that I can't stay there after I already talked to his brother when he said that we could stay there. I got kicked out on Mother's Day, and he brought me my basket of things, and I had to find a place to go. I had to sleep on a friend's couch, and I had to ask my boss to stay in an employee house, which I ended up doing. Nick, on the other hand, ended up landing a great job at a country club and another job of this home goods place called It's a Beautiful Day. He had all of a sudden gained access to a car that his brother let him have, apparently. All these things started working out for Nick. Nick worked 3 jobs all of a sudden. Everything was working out. Now Nick can afford this and Nick can afford that. Let's skip a little bit back to where right before we left, he got us to open a bank account and sign a contract with the bank saying that we get this, I think it's like Arvis Bank or something, they offer a life death policy or something for so much money. Okay? I signed it, said, yeah, it's a good idea. Well, something happened with that bank account. I don't know if he still has a bank account. He's saying he don't have it no more. A lot of things have happened since then. It's so much that I'm going to have to make another video and let you know about it. But these people, when I was living at the house, Nick made a comment saying he and his sister had an agreement that I wouldn't get hurt. What did that mean? I had no idea, because at that time I was being harassed and put down while living in their home. It got really bad. You know, it just got terrible. It got really bad. All of her friends ganged up on me because she just did not like me. She didn't like the way I looked. She didn't like the way I talked. She didn't like anything about me. So she decided to attack me. And this is what I've been going through remotely. Being away from them. I don't know exactly the process of their access, but I know a good bit, enough to know if the right person to access me. Now, Nick is now in a great, nice home, talking about his future and all these things about he's going to get Juliet, my daughter, a car, he's going to get her this and that, and blah, blah, blah. How? When you never did anything for over 10 years, all this shit happened, and now, I wonder what that deal you made with your sister was, because your life is so much fucking better now. You had this fucking planned out. She goes and stays in middle school with my ex because she didn't want to leave after he kicked me out. She didn't want to leave her friends. So that's more time he got to spend with her. High school comes. She doesn't want to go to this high school that's in my district. He's telling me by next year, he's sure of it, that she won't be in that school. That only leaves an option of me moving, or he decides that, he might, He sees it as something might happen to me. He'll get my daughter. I don't know what the whole issue is, but I think that something might actually happen to me. And this is what they've been trying to have happen. Because soon as something does happen, they get money. So many things happen to me since the years have passed. With them manipulating me in ways that you have no idea. I've been raped. I have been electrocuted in my bed because these people know how to hack your smart meter and run currents through your house. And I'm not going to get into detail about that. But if I had the right tools, I could prove that it's happening. I have a couple ways, but I don't have money. You know? These people are the only people that have ever been mean to my child at the age of 8. My daughter wrote a poem called Eyes. Eyes all around me. Eyes looking at me. Eyes. Why would she write that? First time ever getting bullied in Oklahoma. I told Vanessa that my grandma got mad at me when my mom put red lipstick on me. And she called me a whore. Not long after I told her that, my daughter puts on red fucking lipstick because she loves makeup now even. And she walked up to Vanessa while I was in the kitchen. And Vanessa goes, "Oh my God, why are you wearing that red lipstick? You look like a whore." Now you tell me, with the manipulation and all this bullshit that's going on, how ironic is that? Why the fuck would she say something like that to an 8-year-old? Then she turns around and asks me, "Have you talked to your daughter about sex yet?" My daughter's fucking 8 years old. Why the fuck would I talk to my daughter about sex at 8 years old? No, I have not. Gus, I didn't say his last name. Gus put out a video that I saw illegally. He sent it to me, and I don't have proof because all my equipment got fried. He had a bad video about my daughter. That's a threat to my daughter. I don't know what else to do because I'm only here to protect my daughter, love my daughter, take care of her. Her ways have changed towards me since we've been to Oklahoma. Everything has changed. No, you're not going to get me to go into a psychiatric hospital like you told me you got other people. Yeah, you tried to kill me on multiple occasions. And I already know what you're fucking planning on doing. I've given these people so many options, like, why are you doing this? Just stop. Won't you just tell the fucking truth? Why don't you just stop? I need to be here in my daughter's life. I love her. And they refused. They got a job to do. See, that's something Marco said on the phone while I was living in his house. She is perfect for the job. I wonder what that was. Well, you know, the job where you get paid to ruin people's lives, you know? I saw it online a long time ago. Before moving to Oklahoma, actually. It was kind of ironic that I researched all the bad... I was like, what kind of stuff should I avoid on the deep web when you go to browse the internet without, you know, you have more freedom towards the internet. In the Tor browser, you know, in DeepNet. Well, apparently, I ran across something that Gus is a part of. And that's exploiting children and families. Along with his accomplices, Manolito, and Draven, and Crystal, 2 of them, same name, I can't say last names, and Jamie, and what's that dude's name? besides his cousin Chris and TT, Mike. There's guy Mike involved, guy Kenny and Lenny. Apparently Lenny's dead. Who knows? These people have not let me have my privacy. They have videos of me illegally, of me being naked, having sex, doing everything in privacy. They know I am a server and that I have to do transactions. Stop it. On a daily basis. They, I believe, are money laundering, and all these people is a hot chance that they have access to all these people's information. They called my family trash. My family is poor. They haven't had the best of luck, but they're not trash. Oh my God, they've done so much, and it's not fair. But let me tell you, my ex is living great. He's living great. Yes, he is. One time I told him about it. He said, oh, if Vanessa wants to contact me, she'll contact me. He also said, when I told him that, they're trying to kill me. And if you know about it, which I knew he did, you need to tell him to stop, or you're going to be involved. And he said that, no, nothing's going to happen to you. We can't afford for you to die right now. We can't afford for you to die right now. I said, it's not my choice. This is what's happening, and I already know that this is part of that plan that Marcos said with whoever the hell he was on the phone with. Well, I'm telling you, it's kind of ironic. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of ironic how everything is fucking terrible for me. And Nick's living a great fucking life. And Marcos, who bought his house, I did a background check. One of them little things where you pay $1 and you can view so much about a person. He moved right after we moved. After we moved, they packed up and left that house. He used to have a computer hardwired, and he had it Cat 5 hardwired computer, dial-up, and over, Wi-Fi, with a whole panel box full of wires, fiber optic wiring in his closet. This man is doing a lot of things, is all I'm saying. He built the fence. Why am I saying that? A person who's trying to upgrade the house and do things like this doesn't plan on moving right after this happens. He moved right after. If something happens to me within the next 5 years, they try to make it look like an accident. Ooh, something just happened, just like Ja'Cory Clark. Who knew them? He just so happened to get, he fell off the top bunk of his bed. No, I heard about that. Yeah, they knew him, and they needed him to do a job that he didn't do correctly, and now he's dead. And that is Gus and Vanessa and Marcos and Manny's doings. These people in Lawton, Oklahoma. Manny goes in and out the executive inn. They all sell meth and very heavily get it sent in from California, Texas, and Colorado and disperse it. David, who drugged me and tried to kill me. We won't get into that conversation. But you need to know that this is actually happening, and that I love my daughter more than anything in the world, and this is not fair, and I'm tired of it. So I'm putting this out, and I'm going to promote this video so that maybe somebody can fucking find out, the NSA, perhaps. Check it out. You know all about transmitters, NSA. Dude, look, this is your job. Find these people, because, really? They have contact, they have a way to get into emergency contact systems. I mean, they're doing some very illegally, highly illegally bad things. Highly illegal bad things. Like, it's extremely terrible to talk about children in a fucking sexual manner, to degrade women. This is a bad situation. And I've tried to contact the police, but can't get proof, you know. Can't get anything. When I contacted Lawton police, you know what they said? Why would you want to contact them? I said, because why I want to contact, I'm trying to get them to stop doing what they're doing. He said, well, I wouldn't advise you to even come here if you know people are trying to hurt you. Now, what kind of fucking cop says that? Brian Schatz of Lawton, Oklahoma's gang unit is the one I spoke to. And apparently now he don't work for them anymore. All these people I've talked to, that I looked and talked to, they stopped working at this fucking place. So I don't understand anymore. I talked to the training department, and they said, oh, I assure you, they don't have the ability to do what you're telling me they're doing. And that's a fucking lie. Because I was there, and I saw it myself. So you can't tell me that it's a lie. What's going on is harming me, and it's not fair. My name is Ashley Chaplin. I'm being hurt by these people, and if you need to know any information, check on Pastebin. Check on the internet, and you will find posts. But you need to know that I care about my fucking daughter, whether she's going to be a guy or a girl in the future. I care about that child more than life itself, and I will not give up. Even if they kill me in my sleep, get someone to kill me, make it look like organ burst or some type of fucking accidental shit that might happen to me. Or I just so happen to lose my mind. Might I add this one incident where I worked at the Chateau of Lawton. And it was a retirement home. And this lady, how weird is it that they said, yeah, she was a great person, and 1 minute she was okay, and the next minute she wasn't. It's sad, huh? And I was like, what do you mean, like, 1 minute she wasn't okay? Yeah, 1 minute she was, she was young, too. 1 minute she was okay, 1 minute she wasn't. Now, why would they bring that to my attention? Then all this shit is fucking happening. You see, people cause problems for other people, and they make it look like an accident. I'm not dismissing shit. These people are guilty of murder. I've already had 2 people die around me. And 2 relatives. They're threatening more than you know. My brother's got a baby on the way. Let's see how that goes. My daughter is supposed to be moving in with me for high school. Let's see how that goes, because they've threatened so much shit so far. If something happens, this is going to be my fucking proof. Documentation. Anything happens, whether I'm sleeping, because I'm healthy. There's nothing fucking wrong with me. My age, 35. Fuck this. Let's fucking, make money off of murder shit. These people are guilty, and they even have children. I hate to see what the fuck they do with their kids. I'm going to end the video here. I've been working all damn day. And I'll make another video as soon as I'm ready. Y'all have a good night.